What's up guys, I'm Roxette Arisa and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a first impression review and showing you guys swatches of this new foundation collection from Tarte. So this is the Amazonian Clay Stick Foundation and I was so excited when I got this in the mail because I am a huge foundation lover. I love trying out new foundations because I just feel like there's so many aspects that go into making a good foundation, so I really like trying new foundations. So I thought I would just try it out for the first time on camera today. And yeah, I'll talk about a few of, I guess, the claims that the foundation makes before we get started. So it is supposed to be full coverage. It's supposed to conceal, correct, and contour. I did use it to contour today, so you'll see that in action later in the video. And then overall, it's just supposed to have some really good ingredients in it for your skin. And down here is what really interested me the most. So it says it's a 2-in-1 liquid and powder formula. Sounds interesting. This one was really cool to me. So it says it basically absorbs excess oil, which I think is crazy, first of all, but also really cool. And I think it'd be awesome for us oily skin girls out there. I'm oily, like really oily. So that is a big for me if that actually works. And then we have down here, it's supposed to be very cake free, or you know, not cakey, I should say. It's supposed to not get cakey ever, and it's supposed to always look flawless and last for 12 hours. So those are the main claims that the foundation makes, and I think it sounds really awesome, so I definitely wanted to try it out for you guys. So let's get into the video. Oh, I did want to mention it does launch on May 21st, so it's gonna be launching really, really soon. So yeah, let's get into this video. This is what the foundation looks like. It is a stick foundation, as you can tell, but the packaging itself is pretty nice and sleek, I would say. I like it a lot. And then they do, how many shades do they have? They have 12 shades that they're releasing right now. I don't know exactly what shade that I'm gonna be, obviously because I've never tried them before, but also the shade that I use in the Rainforest of the Sea foundation is medium tan sand, and they don't actually have that one in this range. They have medium sand, and then they have medium neutral. So I think I'm gonna be one of these two, but I think we'll do a little swatch test and see which one matches me best. So just take note, if you are medium tan sand like me, then the next shade, whichever works for me, is probably going to be the one that best suits you as well. Alrighty, medium sand right there. You always do want to match it to your neck, by the way, so don't pay attention to like my actual skin, but you can see I'm actually breaking out a little bit right now because it's like that time of month. So I thought it was actually a good time to do like this first impressions because this foundation is supposed to be full coverage. So let's see what else. This is the shade medium neutral. That one looks a little darker, which seems to match my neck better, but it might be a little too pink toned. This one is tan sand, which is definitely a little too dark for me right now at this moment. This might be my good summer color, you know, when I have a little bit more of a tan going on. Okay, let's try one more lighter, and if not, I'm thinking medium neutral may be my shade. Okay, so this one is medium beige. Let's see how this one goes. That one's a little too pinky, but do you see how they actually do have a really, really nice variety of shades? That's one thing that I have to give it to Tarte, is they always take care of us. You know, they take care of the people with the strong yellow undertones or the olive undertones or the neutral undertones or the pinky undertones. Like, I really, really appreciate that in a makeup brand because everybody can find something they're looking for. But I think for me, medium neutral is gonna be the way to go. All right, I'm just gonna wipe all these other shades off and then go ahead and start applying. Ooh, you guys, I can already tell this has a really nice texture to it. I know I'm just starting to apply it, but it is so smooth when I'm applying it to my skin. It's like gliding on like butter, and it's not feeling heavy whatsoever at this point. I mean, I know I'm just starting to apply, but it really isn't. But this foundation is supposed to have a lot of benefits. It's supposed to be very full coverage. It's supposed to conceal and correct. It's supposed to have vitamin E. And one thing that I found really interesting is that it's actually supposed to absorb excess oil, which I think would be really cool for all of us oily girls out there. I have super oily skin, especially in the summertime when I'm wearing my makeup a long time. time in, you know, the heat and the sun and, you know, maybe at the beach or whatever, like that would be so bomb for me if this actually had some kind of oil absorbing technology to it. And like a lot of Tarte's products, this is supposed to last for 12 hours. So that's a lot of benefits to live up to, but we're gonna start to blend this bad boy out now. It does come with a brush. Well, the brush is sold separately, I believe. The brush is $28 and then the foundation itself is $39. So it is sold separately, but I definitely recommend using a brush for stick foundations. It's just so much easier to blend out in my opinion, and especially when a specific brush is made for a specific foundation, I find that's the best way to apply usually, if that makes sense. I actually really like that. It says that it's supposed to have a matte foundation. Personally, I wouldn't say this is matte, but I really like the finish because it is glowy, but it still looks very natural, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face makeup to see kind of how the product mixes with other products and yada yada yada. Actually, you know what we should do? Maybe we'll contour and do a little concealing with it. I don't know, we'll try it out for this video. So I think I'm gonna take the shade Tan Deep Honey and do a little cream contouring. That's one thing I do, again, like about stick foundations, is you can do that and it's all good. Okay, Tarte, we see you. I actually really like this shade for contouring. Ooh, it's very like natural to me looking, natural looking. Actually, no, natural too. Okay, Tarte, we see you. You guys, if the formula is good and long wearing, I think I may have just found my new favorite contour shade. But I really am liking this so far. I know I've only had it on for like a couple minutes, but it's doing me good so far. It's doing me good. You know what I'm liking about it though is that it definitely is full coverage. Like you can see it covered all of my little breakout spots, all my acne scarring and everything. But it doesn't feel full coverage at all, like whatsoever. It feels very, very lightweight and almost like creamy, I would say. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah, lightweight. Let's go with lightweight. I'm going to take a little bit of the medium light neutral shade and put that under the eyes for a little contour. What am I saying? A little highlight, or kind of like concealer, I would say. But I'm going to go in with a smaller brush for this step, just so that I can really get into these little, you know, little crevices. I am impressed, I'm not going to lie. I think that this is a really beautiful foundation on initial application. It's just that perfect glowiness that I like. It's really great coverage. It feels nice. It's very lightweight. I'm liking this, and I love that you can like kind of contour and, you know, do a little concealing with it because it is a lightweight foundation. If it was heavy and cakey, you definitely wouldn't be able to do that, or if it was too light of coverage, because then it would take off the foundation underneath and you would start to get patchy. But because it has such a nice consistency, it's very, very multi-purpose, multi-use. You get what I mean. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set that down with the powder that I always use, the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder, and finish off the face with some bronzer, blush, and highlight. On a side note, the foundation had such a beautiful finish that I felt like it already had like a little bit of a natural highlight to it or something. So I did go over it with Rodeo Drive by Ofra, one of my all-time faves. You guys know I use it all the time. But I just did want to let you guys know that it has a beautiful finish. Like, especially for somebody that loves the glow, I think this does have a really beautiful dewy finish. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am very, very, very impressed with this foundation. Like, it's almost got me speechless. Like, I'm actually a little bit shook. So I'm gonna do swatches of the entire collection, and I do think that they did a really good job at trying to incorporate a variety of shades and also skin undertones, because that's really important. And again, I mean, I think that they did do a pretty solid job at that for this collection. So those are the swatches of the foundations if you guys are wondering your shade, and I will list them in order from lightest to darkest down in the description box for you. So yeah, that is my first impression. I give it a big check, 100%. I really have nothing bad to say. Like, I'm obviously giving you guys like my 100% honest opinion, but I really cannot think of anything bad to say. Yeah, I mean, I do like the color match. I love the finish of it. The application process was great. It is nice and even. It's full coverage. I like literally have nothing bad to say. I'm trying so hard to rack my brain for anything, any negative points, I guess. I do have oily skin, so just putting that out there. I think that this is really pretty on oily skin, to be honest, but maybe no, honestly, I really think if you have dry skin that it would be beautiful too, because it has that gorgeous like natural finish. So yeah, I have like nothing bad to say at this point in time. I'll check back in a couple hours. We'll see if it really does last well, if it's not creasing, if it's not caking up, because those are definitely claims that the foundation makes as well. So we will see, and we will see if it stays on for 12 hours as it says that it will. I'll rewind. I don't know if I can keep this on for 12 hours because it's currently like 4 p.m. so that would be 4 a.m. But I'm gonna keep it on as long as I possibly can, and I will let you guys know how it goes. I just finished filming a second video for today, and honestly, I'll be honest, this foundation, let me look at it in a little mirror. Ah! Whoa, one-handed. Okay. I'm impressed. I really am. Like, I'm very impressed. I get very bad creasing like here in the smile lines, and it's actually not as bad as usual for me, and surprisingly enough, because I didn't even bake today. Like, I just kind of set it with the loose powder, just pressing it on with the brush. I didn't really, you know, bake. That actually says a lot about the foundation, and it's not getting patchy anywhere. It is not caking up. It still feels very, very lightweight and comfortable as I'm wearing it throughout the day. The only thing is, it is getting a little bit more dewy throughout the day, so I don't know for my skin type, I guess, if it is really absorbing excess oil, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't really mind it because I love a dewy finish. You guys know me, I love to glow. So again, like, I feel like I've said this a bunch of times already, but I really love the finish of this foundation. Like, that's the number one thing that I'm liking, is the full coverage. Is that it's full coverage, and it doesn't, it's very, very lightweight. It is glowy to me. I don't know, for my skin, I guess. It has like a little bit of a dewiness to it, and it is not, you know, patching, caking, anything of the sort. So that's my little check-in for now. 3 hours wear time down. I will check back in a little bit. Another few hours have gone by. I just did some grocery shopping at Trader Joe's. Holla at your girl. And honestly, still very impressed with this foundation. Like, I know I just keep saying that, but I really am. It's not, again, like, I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but it's still not creasing. It still looks very evenly dispersed. It's not wearing off. I really do believe Tarte's like 12-hour wear thing. I feel like some brands will just put that out there. You probably can't even hear me because my AC is on, or the fan was on. But I feel like some brands kind of just like throw numbers out there and they're like 16-hour wear, whatever. But honestly, I do feel like Tarte is pretty good. They're pretty legit. There you go. Check in, check out.
So Michelle and Nikki here. She was supposed to do a first impression of the foundation. I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, it held up. And we wiped off the forehead, but the forehead is fine. Oh my gosh, she's sleeping so badly. But you see, it's like nothing ever happened. Oh my god, she looks like a sleeping beauty.